What is going on, everybody? My name is Kneeckoh and welcome back to another Pokemon video. This is not the video I was planning to do this weekend, but I'm actually going out of town and have very limited amount of time to record anything. I was hoping to get some VGC climb stuff going on, but a lot of stuff happened and I won't be home. So I thought this would be fun because I was recently talking to a couple of my buddies about what the best Pokemon games were, and we had some hot takes, we had some disagreements, and I thought it would be a fun quick video that I could put up for you guys, and I think it's a really interesting topic because everybody has their own favorites and own favorites for those particular reasons. So I will really be interested in hearing what people have to say in the comments below. VGC stuff will return as normal going into Sunday, but just to cover Saturday, I wanted to make this video because I thought it would be a little bit of fun. So if this is your first time here on the channel, make sure you are subbed for more videos like this in the future, but let's get into it. So I have this list here. We're not going to put everything on there because, like, I don't care about Pokemon Coliseum. I don't care about Pokemon XD. This is going to be, like, the mainline Pokemon games is what we're really worried about here, okay? We are worried about the mainline Pokemon games, and I am really excited to rank them. I'm going to give my opinions on each one and why I think they are where they are on the list because I have some strong opinions about certain ones. So I don't remember even what my list was in terms of the best games because I think they made me rank best games and best, like, games and Pokemon designs. So I think it was a combined effort where this is strictly off the gameplay, and I think this is going to be really interesting. So first up, we have Pokemon Legends Arceus. I think is an S tier game. That's where I'm going to start. Pokemon Legends Arceus is fantastic. I loved the gimmick, you know, because there was no competitive. The gimmick felt really meaningful and like just like the styles of the different moves. I thought it was really fun and really cool. So I personally really enjoyed Legends Arceus. The catching mechanic was great. The Pokedex was great. It gave you a reason to go out and catch multiple versions of the same Pokemon. I just really enjoyed the overall nature of Legends Arceus, and I'm so hoping we get to see more. Plus the designs were straight fire. Like Ursaluna is top tier. So freaking good. So I really liked Legends Arceus, but I think now we could just go in order. So Red and Blue, I'm not gonna say it's a bad game, but it doesn't hold up anymore. It really doesn't hold up anymore, and it's impossible for me to go back and play Red and Blue. I love those games. I've played those games. I just cannot bring myself to go back. And the same goes for Yellow. It's the exact same issue where they just don't hold up. It's so slow. It's grindy. I'm just not into that anymore. I've played Pokemon for 20 years. I'm over it, okay? I am well over wanting to play a slow Pokemon game, okay? Gold and Silver, I'm going to put it a tier above, but just because I prefer Gen 2 over Gen 1. I still think these games don't hold up as well as they used to. Is Crystal on here somewhere? Yeah, Crystal's on there. Same deal. They don't hold up like they used to, but I just prefer them over Gen 1. Now, this may shock a lot of people, but I am just not a Gen 3 person. I'm really not a Gen 3 person. I'm not a huge fan of the designs. I'm not big on it, okay? I respect some of the designs. I like some of the designs. I don't think they're bad games by any means. They're just not my favorite. So, but Emerald I will put in a B tier. I think Emerald is dramatically better than Ruby and Sapphire. And I think it's just an overall better game. Now, I will put the remake in right next to it at a B tier. I think the remake's fine. I think it's an acceptable game. And just being in the 3D space gave it bonus points for me. I preferred it over the originals. But overall, I'm not the biggest Gen 3 person at all. Gen 4. Not good, right? Not good. And it pains me because I'm a Gen 4 person. I started in Diamond and Pearl, and I don't like these games anymore. I love the region. I love the designs. Gen 4 has some of my favorite Pokemon designs. I just don't like the regions. Well, the game itself anymore. It's just, there's too much going on, and it just doesn't work all that well. And for that reason, I think BDSP is in the same category. Like, it's an acceptable Pokemon game, but it's nothing that really blew me out of the water. I was talking about it the other day with one of my buddies, and I think the only reason that I enjoy BDSP as much as I did is because I played a lot of BDSP OU, which was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed BDSP OU and had a really good time with it. And for that reason, I enjoyed BDSP more than I think most people did. But other than that, it's just an acceptable remake. Like, there's nothing over the moon about it. Actually, I forgot to put Fire Red on here. I would put Fire Red probably in C. I think it's fine. Nothing crazy, but it's a nice little remake. Now, Platinum, I'm going to put it B because Platinum fixed a lot of issues that were in Diamond and Pearl. The reason that Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl don't go there is because they don't change anything. It's literally just Diamond and Pearl, which were broken games that didn't work right and just weren't great. And they just remade those. Instead of like fixing the stuff that Platinum fixed, they just were like, we'll just do this again. So for that reason, BDSP doesn't go any higher, but I have such fond memories of playing Platinum. Got my first shiny in that game. Like, just so many good memories of playing Platinum that I put Platinum in a B tier for sure. Before we leave Gen 4, HeartGold SoulSilver is going to have to be an A for sure. It's a fantastic remake. I love those games. There's just so much to do. I love HeartGold SoulSilver. That's an A for me, mainly out of nostalgia. Honestly, mainly out of nostalgia. I played so much HeartGold SoulSilver. It was fantastic. Black and White and Black and White 2 is a tricky one for me because, like, the story is phenomenal. The story is super good, but like, where do I put it? I almost want to put it A tier. I think I'm gonna go B. I think they're great. I love the story. A lot of the designs are super forgettable to me. I really am not super big on a lot of the designs, and that kills a lot of it. But the story is super, super good. It's an incredibly solid Pokemon game. I just don't think it's on the level of something like HeartGold SoulSilver for me personally, which is why I bumped it down to B. I just didn't enjoy those games as much as HeartGold SoulSilver. X and Y, I'll give it a C because it was like the first 3D game, and I was like, man, this is so cool. But there was nothing to do in that game once you beat it. It was just bare bones as can be. Sun and Moon. Ooh, Sun and Moon. I'm gonna go with, I want to put Sun and Moon in A very badly. Because I thought Sun and Moon was great. I didn't actually finish Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon, but it was like the same game. I think they're A for me. I'm going to say A. I actually really like the Alola region. I like the trials. It was a nice change of pace from the gym battles. I thought overall they were just phenomenal games. Interesting story, which you can't always say about a Pokemon game. So I really, really enjoyed those particular games. Now, Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee is an interesting one. I know a lot of people have a lot of spite for this game. I think it's a really good remake. The graphics are great. A lot of the changes were really cool. Shiny hunting was a lot of fun in it. I think that Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee was a fantastic, serviceable game. I enjoyed it a lot. I played a lot of Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee. I really had fun with it. I thought there was some really cool stuff. So for me, I'm thinking it's a B. I don't want to put it any higher than a B because I don't think it's anywhere near the level of these guys. But I definitely think it's a really good game, and it just outclasses a lot of the stuff here in the C tier. Pokemon Sword and Shield. The story was crap, but all of the changes were fantastic. You know, we had the first real open world area with the wild area that was super cool. The DLCs were phenomenal. The designs were great. There was the raid introductions. I thought raids were such a good change in that game. They made it easier to get into competitive play. There was just a lot that Sword and Shield did right. I know a lot of people have gripes with Sword and Shield with the story, because the story, I agree, it sucks very, very badly. But for me, I think Sword and Shield, especially with it being the game that got me into competitive play, I think, and being just as accessible as it was, Sword and Shield is an A tier game for me. One of my fondest memories of playing a Pokemon game is the first time I went into the wild area, and I was like, this is what Pokemon should be. And I was like, this is phenomenal. I was so over the moon at the wild area. I had so much fun playing. I mean, I put like 1,000 hours into Pokemon Sword and Shield. I absolutely loved that game. So for me, it's an A tier. It sits right up there with HeartGold, SoulSilver, Sun and Moon, all that fun stuff. Scarlet and Violet is an S tier. graphical issues aside, this game has great story. It was what's the word I'm looking for? It was ambitious. That is what I'm looking for. It was ambitious. It's the first time Pokemon's ever done something like this, and I feel like they did it well enough. Okay, and I know a lot of people are gonna be, oh, the graphics suck, the issues that I don't care. I don't care about the issues, right? That, to me, does not hinder my experience with a Pokemon game. Pokemon games have never been perfect. They never will be perfect. I think that this game is phenomenal. The open world is fun to explore. It's actually worth going out and exploring. Seeing the shinies in the overworld is fantastic. Now, the change from Legends Arceus where they don't make a sparkle sound kind of sucks. But other than that, I loved the open world stuff. It was fantastic. The competitive scene is the biggest it's ever been, and that's fantastic. So many people are able to get in. I dramatically prefer the gimmick in Terrestrialization over Dynamax, which I enjoyed Dynamax. I don't have any beef with Dynamax, but this is just so much more fun. It opens up so many more possibilities that I really, really love Terrestrialization. The 3 different branching paths were really cool, where you could do different stories with different characters. I really enjoyed that aspect of the game. I just think overall, having the mount, I thought the legendaries as the mount was a nice addition, because coming off of Legends Arceus, where I was like, what are we gonna do? Because I'm gonna have a hard time going back to playing Pokemon normally after riding Weirdeer and Braviary all over the place. And they fixed it perfectly. I thought that was a great change. I'd be curious to see how they do it going into Gen 10. But I definitely hope they continue that trend moving forward. I just think that Scarlet and Violet is a fantastic game. It feels like a world you want to explore, and a world that is in fact alive. Like running through a herd of Flamigo and them all taking off and flying separate directions is so cool. Like, it just feels like an actual living and breathing world, where a lot of older Pokemon games don't. And for me, that makes Scarlet and Violet like top of the list in terms of Pokemon games. I think Legends Arceus I prefer, just because it felt more alive. I know it wasn't fully open world, but the open zone was super fun, and I thought just the overall gameplay was a lot more fun, because you could play it less. Like, the only reason I still play Scarlet and Violet as much as I do is because I play competitively. But if I didn't play competitively, I don't think there's as much to do in Scarlet and Violet as there was with Legends Arceus, where you could continue catching and filling out your decks, or you could, you know, shiny hunt alpha Pokemon. There was so much extra to do in Legends Arceus, and the story was so good that I just thought that Legends Arceus was a straight banger. But Scarlet and Violet is an S tier for me for sure. So that is going to be it for this video. Let me know your list in the comments below. You can just list it by gens, because that'll save you a lot of time rather than typing out, you know, like Ruby, Sapphire, all that stuff. List it by gens. I'm very curious what you guys have to say. But that is going to be it. If you enjoyed the video at any point, leave a like and subscribe for more videos like this in the future. Like I said, tomorrow we'll be back to daily competitive Pokemon stuff. But I just needed something quick that I could get done and edited real fast for this weekend, because I'm leaving here in like the next hour or two. So hope you all enjoyed, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.